Hello, everybody. So you're wondering, like a lot of people are, if Final Fantasy XIV is actually worth playing in 2022. Well, won't you stay here and listen to what I have to say? Because, in my opinion, I think Final Fantasy XIV is great, and here's the reason why. So let's go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Than, aka the Blind Wolf, and today I want to talk to you about Final Fantasy XIV. Is it worth playing in 2022, or is it something that we just need to let go and say goodbye to it? In my opinion, I think Final Fantasy XIV is an awesome game. It's for everybody. And let me explain to you how and why I feel that way. Um, First of all, the game itself. Holy crap. There is so much to talk about on this game. And we'll just start out with leveling. I mean, the leveling process in this game is just absolutely wonderful. It has your leveling, your main storyline, and then your side quests and things like that. And they're not, you know, quests that are go find, something in poop. Sorry, Blizzard. They're all meaningful. You and in this game, you're a literal hero. The story is surrounded by you. You're not some little lackey that is going and going out and doing different quests to do the stuff that nobody else wants to do. You're actually going out and helping defeat Bahamut and other big baddies that are out there. Realm Reborn, I will say this. At Realm Reborn, a lot of people give it a lot of, give it a lot of slack. I liked Realm Reborn. Um, the next, the next expansions that are throughout it get better and better and better. It's almost like Yoshi P and his crew were finding their feet in ARR, found them, and just kept going. Now, is there problems with Final Fantasy XIV? Yeah, there is. I mean, is there problems with leveling? Yeah, there is. Is there some grinds and stuff like that? Yeah, there is. But they're made meaningful. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Um, if you, I mean, nowadays with this new expansion that has come out, and some of the the new updates and things like that. If you don't want to play with somebody, guess what? You don't have to play with people. You can pick up an NPC group and go in to the dungeons. One of the things that I tell everybody, especially if you are a tank, use those. Um, Learn how the dungeon is supposed to be going and how the bosses are going to hit, and what kind of trash is going to be pulled by a priest butt butt pulling, or a DPS butt pulling, and then go back and do it with a group. So I use both. I mean, I use the group and I use the NPC group. To me as a tank, especially a visually impaired tank, helps me out a lot, and it may help you out too. Now, for those of you who play DPS or healers, this might be something that you might want to get into as well. Um, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the rating. The rating is freaking. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. I mean, it is. It is complicated, but it is. Um, it's like controlled chaos with ice cream and a cherry on top of it. And what I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Yes, there is some really hard points going on in the raids, but it's a raid, ladies and gentlemen. It's endgame. Um, the It's supposed to be a little harder. And there's just like in World of Warcraft and other MMOs, there is normal, there is heroic, there is mythic. In Final Fantasy 14, they call it different stuff. With Just like they do in World of Warcraft, they call it what I just said with normal, heroic, and mythic. Star Wars: The Old Republic, it's normal, savage, and nightmare. Um, but the nightmare in Final Fantasy 14. Oh, I've seen some of the ultimate fighting, ultimate rating on Twitch with some of the groups that play on Twitch, and holy crap! Um, I love my friends from World of Warcraft, and also from Star Wars: The Old Republic. But most of those mythic raiders or heroic raiders would have a stroke. I'm just saying. Something new in this expect in Endwalker is the new system of PvP and upgrading PvP here in Final Fantasy 14. It used to be PvP in Final Fantasy 14 used to be a little bit of a joke. It's no longer a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the the battlegrounds that they have, come up with are fast paced, are really great, and people are really enjoying it. I haven't tried it yet. I'm probably going to be trying it out this week with my paladin and seeing how all that kind of stuff is going on. Crafting, ladies and gentlemen, especially in Final Fantasy 14. I'm going to go over to. I'm going to make an example of World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft. All you do is you go out. You know you go out. You gather all the stuff that you need. You come back and you make the stuff, and you put it on the auction house, or you put it on yourself. In Final Fantasy 14, crafting and gathering are something totally different. Everything in Final Fantasy is called a job. If you're a tank, that's your job. If you're a healer, that's your job. If you are doing crafting and gathering, there's a job for that. Miner is a job. Botany is a job. Fishing is a job. And it may some people go, job, really? I'm not here to do a job. I'm just here to do it's semantics, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really great because the thing is the crafting, just like in leveling, has its own little storyline of what you need to do, and it's a part of the game. Um, the and the gathering is too. You get to a certain point in Final Fantasy gathering, you get to help rebuild a new city. You make things for little orphans and things like that. Coming out in August, I'm thinking it's 6.2 or 7.2. This next coming up patch of point two is going to be the Isle exposition exploration, and that's going to be your home. That is going to be where you're going to have you'll have your pets and your mounts, and they're all walking around, and you'll be able to do different things in your home. And it's kind of like not having it's not like having your home that you're having in the housing, you know, but you're having your little home that you can do all kinds of farming and all kinds of other different stuff like that. But we're going to have to wait until I think it's July, the middle of July. They're going to be having a live letter for that with the Yoshi P and everybody, and everything that I'm seeing is great. Now, again, like I said, there's a lot of different stuff out there with Final Fantasy 14, and they're building and building and building on it. Like map hunts, our peers love this game. There is a thing called late night crawls that is for the adults. You kids are not allowed in it. It's definitely not for children. And then, of course, one of the things that everybody in Final Fantasy 14 agrees on is the true end game, and that's glamour, or for those of you who are from World of Warcraft, you guys would go and call it transmog. And it's great. Now, I said to you guys, why do I think that this game is one of the greatest, and you should start this game? Well, before I do that, let's talk about something else really quick. If you like what you're hearing right now, hit that thumbs up button. This way YouTube goes and says, hey, we like him. Make sure that you hit if you really like what you're hearing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also ring the bell so I know that every time I upload a new piece of material. Let's get back to what we were talking about before. Now, the reason why I like Final Fantasy 14, and I really think that you should try it out, is because in a lot of games you have the subcultures and the community, or communities and sub communities in different games, where they don't like each other at all. I mean, World of Warcraft, the casuals don't like the hardcore raiders. The hardcore raiders don't like the casuals, and constantly trash on the casuals. Kind of the same kind of thing in in Star Wars: The Old Republic. In Final Fantasy 14, the community, the 14 community, is one thing. It's a big community, and everybody is welcome, no matter what you do, how you do it, or what you want to do. You're welcome in it. I mean, if you're one of these people that don't like storyline or story, or cutscenes and stuff like that, and you just want to blast through it, and don't want to see the storyline, don't want to see the cutscenes, don't have time for that, that's fine. I mean, you're missing a huge part of it, but you know what? That's you, boo. Do you. Some of the other things that I had talked about before, you have your raiding community, which is really helpful to the casual community, and the casual community is really held up high because they know Final 14 community knows that these are the people that are help keeping the doors open. So there isn't any animosity or I'm trying to keep this clean. You know, that type of thing that people are just being nasty and mean to each other. Um, and there isn't a now I will say this, there is some jackassness, buttheadedness, um, but there isn't a lot. I mean, when somebody, you know, is really pulling out the trollish crap, the community comes out and just bam. I mean, they put a stop to it quickly. If you have a question, like if you're in a dungeon and you have a question about something, you know, you're not going to, you know, get, you know, all hell dropped on you. People are wanting to make sure that you're enjoying this game and that you are playing uh, to the best of your ability. Excuse me. And that's one of the greatest things about this game. The community is so close, so tight, and they are really, really big and welcoming. And I just, ladies and gentlemen, I just cannot say enough of it. You know, and in closing, what do I think about playing Final Fantasy 14 in 2022? Is it worth it? Is it worth waiting for point two to come out? Oh yeah. And the greatest thing is if you have never played Final Fantasy 14, right now you have a whole story to catch up on, and then when those of you who are coming back, um, the story has changed. The main storyline that has been out there for over 10 years is done. Endwalker, the first part of Endwalker, we closed it off, and don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. But again, the storyline in this game is great. The people in this community are freaking awesome. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, do I think Final Fantasy 14 is worth playing in 2022? You're damn skippy. It's worth it. I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. If you're coming from World of Warcraft, I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a little bit of a culture shock, but it's going to be a good culture shock. People who have, you know, that we've seen on YouTube and on Twitch that have lost their ever loving minds while they're streaming have calmed down. I'm not going to mention any names, but you know, you'll see them and you'll understand who I'm talking about. But anyway, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got for you guys. Play Final Fantasy 14. Have a great time. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. Stay safe. And I'll see you now on the next video. And remember, give me some comments.